I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for August 7th, 2026, and it is another extremely solid new arrival video to show you guys. New releases from AP, MFSL, you name it. There's a ton of killer stuff in here. There's one big pre-order I'll tell you guys about this week. There's tons announced every single week, but I only highlight the best stuff. The big one this week was Alice in Chains MTV Unplugged. They're doing it on black vinyl and indie yellow. So the indie record stores get a yellow vinyl variant. I've got both of those on the website right now for pre-order. Last reissue of that was the Music on Vinyl reissue, and that was going for like 150 bucks, maybe even more. I mean, it was a pricey reissue. So it was definitely time for a proper repress, and now we have one. So yeah, on the website now for pre-order, amongst many other things. And to be honest, a lot of stuff actually gets announced the day this video drops. That's kind of the big pre-order day. The labels go between Wednesday and Thursday, so most stuff tends to come out announced, you know, the day this video drops, so I miss it. Okay, this week's new arrivals. Let's start with some digital media. We've got Chris Isaak's Heart-Shaped World on SACD from Mobile Fidelity. We've got Gentle Giant in a glass house. It actually has the see-through window, like kind of like LA Woman. The original of this album had it as well. And the Blu-ray, this is a Blu-ray audio 5.1 set. So 5.1 channel, Atmos, and it actually replicates the original LP jacket sleeve. Kind of cool for you Gentle Giant fans. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Brain Salad Surgery from MFSL. This is a restock. I've got Analogue Productions Steely Dan's Asia, Can't Buy a Thrill from Steely Dan, and a restock of the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds in Stereo, my preferred way to listen to that record. And I got a restock of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon from Analogue Productions. Okay, box sets. From Mobile Fidelity this week, we've got Chris Isaak's Heart-Shaped World, excuse me. It's in a box. Heart-Shaped World, limited to 3,000 copies. I'm looking forward to giving this a listen to. They did a reissue. The original of this record sounds absolutely amazing. They did a reissue on white vinyl a couple years back. Sun Records did it. It was an RSD Essential. That sounded amazing, and that was just a cheap $20-ish budget record. I'm sure at 45 RPM, Mobile Fidelity was able to do amazing things with this record. So looking forward to giving that a listen. From the Grateful Dead, we've got on vinyl Dick's Picks Volume 5, limited to 2,000 copies, pressed at Got a Groove, lacquers cut by Clint Holly. This is number 1477 of 2000. They're hand numbered on the back. This is interesting. I'm a huge Talking Heads fan. Tom Tom Club is fantastic as well. This is a Tom Tom Club box set. This is the Let There Be Love box set. This includes, let's see, looks like it includes the studio albums and some 12 inches too. Yeah. Has the self-title, Close to the Bone, Boom Boom, Chai Boom Boom. Actually, these might just be all of their LPs. You know, it's because the last couple of LPs you never see on vinyl. I don't even know, matter of fact, if they were on vinyl. Downtown Rockers, The Good, the Bad, and the Funky, and Dark Sneak Love Action. I wonder if they're any good. The first album is absolutely amazing, like essential listening. You have to own it. Even if you don't think so, go listen to it. Chances are you've heard a lot of it before. It's really, really good. Restock from Analogue Productions. This is the ZZ Top Trace Hombres UHQR. Okay. I want to say some of these are going to be restocks. I think I put the restocks in the back. So I think this Doobie Brothers is a first time for us. What were once vices are now habits from Mobile Fidelity. From Analogue Productions, two titles that I was so stoked when they finally announced. That is the first Who album, My Generation, cut from the classic masters. Let's see what the SPAR code says. Mastered and cut to lacquer from the original master tape. By originally Classic Records. They've never released the 45 RPM, which this is the 45 RPM metalwork. They released it at 33 RPM. But Classic Records always cut things originally when they had the tapes in their possession at 33 and 45, although a lot of the 45s didn't get released. So this is the original Classic Records 45 RPM metalwork, which was typically done by Chris Bellman or Bernie Grundman, you know, depending on what the Classic Records catalog title was. And The Who, Live at Leeds, also 45 RPM. Keep in mind, this is cut from the original master tape, which there were some, this is a live concert, and there's some gremlins in this, although it's, in my opinion, hands down the greatest live recording of all time, as far as just absolutely amazing, holy shit, I wish I was at that concert, that kind of thing. But there's some gremlins on this. You know, there was some microphone buzzing and that kind of thing, but I don't think it bothers, you know, it doesn't distract from the music for me whatsoever. This is an absolute must-own. What a killer record. If you don't agree that it's the greatest live album of all time, I don't think you would disagree it being the top 5. I mean, it's up there. You know, there's a couple of live albums that you just got to own, and that's one of them. It's a fantastic record. From Blue Note, new tone poet, Bobby Hutcherson's Components. See if we got enough space in here. This, I think, is a restock. Ike Quebec's Soul Samba. I think most of these came damaged the first go around, so I think that's just a restock. This is a brand new tone poet, Jackie McLean's Vertigo. Originally an LT title, now as a all analog cut from master tape, Blue Note tone poet. Some more Linda Ronstadt. I forget what title we had, maybe down the road we had last week. This is Prisoner in Disguise. This is all analog, cut by Chris Bellman from the Analog Master. So all these are all analog, cut from the Analog Master. This is Don't Cry Now. Same thing, Chris Bellman, analog cut. And Simple Dreams, featuring her iconic hit Blue Bayou. What a killer tune. Analog by Chris Bellman. Tony Bennett, The Classics. This is Tony Bennett 100. Deluxe 2LP career-spanning collection featuring duets with Lady Gaga, Michael Bublé, Amy Winehouse, John Mayer, Diana Krall, and more. Plus, I Left My Heart in San Francisco, The Good Life. All right. Ariana Grande's new album, Petal. I think I've got 2 versions of it. I got the indie exclusive, yeah, translucent pearly white vinyl, and the standard black vinyl version. Let's make some more space. Stay. Kylie Minogue. We've got Light Years. This is kind of old. Is this the 90s? Guys, early 2007s. My Kylie Minogue knowledge only goes so far. You know, she does the Locomotion, and she did that one song from the 90s that got played way, way too much, and I could thankfully hope to never hear that again. But she has quite the following. I know nothing about any of these records. We've got X, Aphrodite, and very popular. I think she's probably more popular in Europe than I think she's popular in the United States. Kiss Me Once. Another record that I heard absolutely nonstop. Actually, not a record, I should say track. That was Elisa Loeb's Tales. And this has the never-ending, you heard it a million times, Stay. Remember Stay? I remember the music video now. She's walking around like an empty apartment, like an empty, maybe a place in New York, kind of. That was kind of the vibe. But yeah, Lisa Loeb. This is done by Levi at Black Belt Mastering. All right. Talk. The Color of Spring, 40th anniversary, half-speed mastered. From Real Gone Music, Elephant's Memory. Take It to the Streets, remastered and pressed on clear and black swirl vinyl. First ever reissue of the 1970 album from the band that backed John and Yoko. Doug Karn, Infant Eyes on Black Jazz. Limited 500 copies on black swirl vinyl. Remastered with liner notes. The black, if you're into soul jazz, not very avant-garde, but like slightly avant-garde soul jazz, the Black Jazz label is absolutely fantastic, extremely highly collectible. Walter Bishop Jr.'s Coral Keys, limited to 500 copies on black swirl vinyl. In Vogue, light blue pressing, 2 LP set, remastered for its first widespread vinyl release. This is EV3, also from Real Gone Music. We've got Steve Lacy, Oh Yeah. Let's see, Jerry Garcia, Cats Under the Stars. When did this come out? New pressing of it, yeah, 2026. Kaimandi, Second Time Around, second album from Kaimandi, originally released in 1973, featuring Fug and Crochet. I'm familiar with their first album. It's quite good. I don't know if I've ever heard the second album. King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. Let's see, live from Europe, 2025, Volume 2. Vanilla with Rainbow Sprinkles colored vinyl, part of the official bootlegger series. Role Model, Chuck Timely and the Hourglass, limited edition tangerine colored vinyl on Interscope. Steve Forbett, Jackrabbit Slim. We've got Margaret Glaspie, I Am Both, new album produced by Joe Henry. Let's see, Richard Wagner, The Ring, an orchestral adventure by the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. On Deutsche Grammophon. Also on Deutsche Grammophon, we have Bruce Lau, Lunaris, Chopin, Beethoven, Debussy, 2 LP set as well. I think the other one's a 2 LP set as well. Vince Guaraldi, the original soundtrack recording of It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. This is a Halloween zoetrope. If you're not familiar with what a zoetrope is, I'm pretty sure you put it on your turntable. It's a picture disc. Put it on your turntable and you look at it through your cell phone, and then like the record appears to be animated. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I think you gotta have the frame rate set properly on your phone. Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. No seeds, no stems, loaded with hits, pressed on caramel apple vinyl. Living the Dream, music from the films of David Lynch, various artists, compilation. Let's see, The Running Man, the original soundtrack by Stephen Price. This is a studio album, John Carpenter's Cathedral on black vinyl. Sleep Token, Even in Arcadia. This is an instrumental album, I guess. Let's see. The Casualties, Detonate. That's quite the hair. Let's see, what is this? Musical Poetry in the Caribbean, 1959 to 1969. Calypso from Soul Jazz Records. Let's see, Rolling Stone magazine considered this a top 50 best reissue. Let's see. from Soul Jazz as well. This is Venezuela, 1970. Cosmic Visions of Latin America. Let's see. Double vinyl comes with extended text and artist bios. Plus it includes a download. Could be good. A lot of the Soul Jazz stuff is really fantastic. What in the world is this? Gypsy Rumba. The original rhythm of Gypsy Rumba in Spain, 1965 to 1974. 2 LP set, also on Soul Jazz. This is the Stray Kids. What is this? K-pop, I believe, right? Let's see. This and That Solar Eclipse. I look at that cover and I have thoughts, but I can't say them because I don't want to get myself in trouble. Let's see. Zoe 011025. This is quite the LP. It kind of has this embossed. No, it's kind of a raised. It looks like that's a date, right? January 10th, 2025. Maybe. I don't know. This is a 3-disc set. Looks pretty cool. Duh, baby. Be More Grateful. This is a first pressing double iron colored vinyl. Brett Young, Platinum Edition. Smoke colored vinyl. All right, and I think the next few things to show you is some killer restocks. Not only some good restocks, but I think Mobile Fidelity's reactivated some SKUs. Oh man, look at this one. Don't sleep on this. I told you guys about this last week. This is the one that they kind of snuck in there. A few of these aren't restocks. They kind of snuck this in there. This is one of the top 10 greatest soul albums of all time. This is the debut album by Curtis Mayfield and all analog cut by Matt Luthans at the Mastering Lab. What amazing a record. Came out last week. They didn't tell anybody it was going to be analog. I didn't order nearly enough of them, but I got a ton of them now. So, killer record. Here is the LP of Gentle Giants in a Glass House, recreating the original artwork cover. Cigarettes and Sunset, Possum Rock. And now I think we've got proper restocks. Starting with the Analogue Productions 45 RPM of Dave Brubeck's Time Out. One of the top 5 records I always listen to when I test out new gear. Unbelievable. If you listen to the drum solo during take 5, it'll absolutely blow you away. It's so freaking amazing, so 3D dimensional, magical. Magical record. Same thing at 33 RPM. Sarah McLachlan, Afterglow from Analogue Productions. Got a restock of Stone Temple Pilots Core from Analogue Productions. From Mobile Fidelity, a restock of Delight's World Click with Groove is in the Heart. Love that cover. It's so early 1990s. It's just unmistakable. Alan Parsons Project. This is the Eye in the Sky, non-pimped version. Eye in the Sky, 45 RPM from Mobile Fidelity. Absolutely amazing sounding record. They knocked it out of the park with that one. Really good. Men at Work. This is Cargo from Mobile Fidelity. Miles Davis's Bitches Brew. All of the Miles Davis stuff from Mobile Fidelity are absolute must-owns. They sound phenomenal. These Dylans are killer too. Bob Dylan's Nashville Skyline. I'm pretty sure this is a title they reactivated. It was out of print and now it's back. Got a restock of Mobile Fidelity's Michael Jackson's Dangerous. Mobile Fidelity, the Doobie Brothers. Santana Abraxas. This is the super vinyl variant. And I got to restock another phenomenal record. Howlin' Wolf's The Rocking Chair album, technically self-titled, but considered the Rocking Chair album from the new Chest series by QRP, Acoustic Sounds Chest series, pressed at QRP. Another title that I'm pretty sure they reactivated. This is Billy Joel's The Stranger. Let's see, Daryl Hall And John Hall & Oates, Rock and Soul. This essentially is the greatest hits. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Trilogy. Got a restock of the Van Halen 1984 One Step. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits from Mobile Fidelity. Mobile Fidelity did number 4 from Stone Temple Pilots. It's like Mobile Fidelity did some, AP did some. Couple of Rhino Reserve restocks. This is Bootsy Collins, Stretching Out in Bootsy's Rubber Band Band. No, in Rubber Band. Rubber Band. Not Rubber Band Band, just the Rubber Band. Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town. Tonight's the Night. First cut is the deepest. Rhino Reserve, all analog cut by Matt Luthans. Yeah, analog title. Most of the Rhino Reserves are analog, but not all of them are. They do say it on the hype sticker here. Cut from analog tape. Warren Zevon's Excitable Boy. Phenomenal record. Really, really good. Must have. And Al Stewart's Year of the Cat. Also analog. Yeah, these are all analog. These particular Rhino Reserves that I'm showing you. All right, guys. All these can be purchased online at the website, theingroove.com. Until next time.